All right. Welcome to the Squeaky Wheel.
Squeaky wheel.
So we're gonna get started. This segment is gonna be dedicated to, general overview of the Wheel Wad season. Especially one of the biggest announcements that we made thus far is that we are in Las Vegas
Yes, we are.
this year. So I want to talk a little bit more about how that came around, because it's a really cool story, actually.
Yeah. I was put in touch with Michael Cohen, who is a big name in the weightlifting community, through Heather, who works for CrossFit's sports team.
A big name, as in
If you're in...
we're fangirling hard when you had that call.
Hard.
Oh, you called me and you were like, I get to be on a call with Michael Cohen.
Yeah, well, if you've been in the lifting space for more than a small amount of time, you know who he is. He's a very successful coach. He's a great coach. He's written a lot of stuff on how to get people better at weightlifting that I've read and watched and listened to over the years.
You're such a nerd.
Over almost 30 years of lifting, and it was a cool experience. He was also the subject matter expert in my trial when I was going for the insurance after my accidents. So that's kind of a cool connection. But Heather connected us, and Michael's putting together this Masters in Adaptive Fitness Festival, where there's going to be Masters weightlifting. They've started working with adaptive weightlifting.
It's their worlds, right?
It's their worlds. Yep, it's their world championship.
In September, it is their world's championship.
Yeah, and then you have Masters powerlifting, I think adaptive powerlifting, and then Masters strongman. It's all going to be in the same venue for the 2-week stint that we're out there.
And they invited us to come play.
Michael was very spun up about getting the Adaptive CrossFit Games there. He's watched some of our stuff, kind of heard about it. They're just starting out on the adaptive weightlifting journey, kind of like where we started, 11, 12 years ago with this stuff.
Yeah.
Wants us to be there to put on a show and show off these athletes, and also help him with the adaptive side of weightlifting, trying to figure out like rules, regulations, standards for all these different adaptive communities, adaptive categories. And he invited us to come out.
Another cool part about that is that Michael Cohen and Wheel Wad are working tandemly with each other, so that anybody who competes in semifinals but does not qualify for the games might possibly be eligible for an invitation to compete in their adaptive weightlifting competition in Vegas during the same time period. And so we're working together to get as many athletes, which I think is going to be really good news for a lot of people, especially some adaptive athletes have been noting more and more that, they're not just adaptive, they are adaptive and a master's athlete. And right now we don't have the capacity to divide into age groups within the adaptive realm.
Yeah. Or the numbers yet. Like if we divided into masters categories like the games does, we would have, 100 different categories and one person in each one.
Yeah. Easy win,
but not much of a competition.
Not much of a competition.
So yeah, we're working on that to get anyone that doesn't qualify for the games through semifinals to get an opportunity to compete in adaptive weightlifting the weekend before, and then taking around for the Adaptive CrossFit Games the weekend after.
Which is going to be so cool, because we're looking at probably 1,200 athletes.
So there's about 300.
All the competitions.
There's spots for about 1,800 athletes across Masters weightlifting, adaptive CrossFit Games, powerlifting, strongman, all that kind of stuff. So potential for 1,800 Masters and adaptive athletes coming together, competing over a 2-week period and supporting each other, and just celebrating the fitness that they have and the fitness that they built through their disabilities or through their lifetime, and I think that's a really cool experience.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, I really miss competing. It's been a while, but I would love to be able to dabble in that again.
Yeah, not me. I'm good.
You don't miss competing?
Nope. I'm old and retired, and I'm happy about it. I don't miss it. It was fun when I did it, but I also did it for a long time. It started in 2007, officially retired in 2022. So I am good. I'm still competitive. I'll still play hockey and check people under boards, but I like the Open. I like semifinals. Open specifically because it's one workout a week, and my old bones can handle it. But I don't know how well I do against these athletes that are younger that are able to do 2 or 3 workouts in a day and still hit these amazing numbers. That'd be rough for me. So I'm good. I'm glad, go out on top, leading one more, whatever you want to say.
We've also had a lot of newcomers come up and actually give the regulars of wheel wad, those who have been competing for a couple of years, something to fight for. They actually got to try now.
Yeah, I mean, we have over 300 brand new athletes who never did the Open before that competed this year.
I think that's really cool.
That's huge growth. That's great growth. I'll take that any day of the week. That's 300 new athletes that were previously told they can't or shouldn't or won't, and now are, in fact, doing the things that they were told they couldn't do. And I think those 300 new athletes will breathe new life into the sport. It'll breathe new life into affiliates. I think it's really cool for affiliates to watch this stuff, the Masters and Adaptive Games, because that's their population. Those are the everyday people. Those are people with 9-to-5s. Those are showing that CrossFit isn't this short-term, in your 20s, super fit type of thing. It's a long-term health and longevity methodology that I think is really important, not just for able-bodied athletes, but even more so for adaptive athletes.
One of my favorite parts is, a lot of individuals have told these athletes they can't do X, Y, and Z. And then we also get that verbiage from the athletes when we post these workouts, and they say, well, we can't do X, Y, and Z. And then we make them. There's no way around it. And they try, and we saw a ton of PRs this Open. We saw a lot of people just really excited about what they could do and what they did get to try to accomplish.
Yeah, one thing I saw this Open, I've seen more of this Open than previously, is athletes working together, giving each other advice, talking, building this community of athletes that can help each other. Like, hey, I haven't figured out this movement yet. How do you guys do it? Because we're not allowed to coach people. Give them advice or help them out and give them ways to fix things. We can't do that and still be fair. It's a conflict of interest. So seeing these athletes who have been in the game for a while teach these younger athletes the ins and outs. I think that's a really cool aspect of the CrossFit community as a whole.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool aspect of the adaptive CrossFit community. And I think not only grow the sport, which I think is secondary to growing how many people with disabilities get to CrossFit gyms and change their lives so they're better.
Yeah. I just got a direct message on Instagram from somebody I met at a CrossFit competition many, many years ago. We were both volunteering, or he was friends of somebody that was volunteering, and he recently broke his back and had questions about the adaptive stuff. And I just think it's really cool that impairment, age, even disbelief in yourself, all of these could be barriers, but through the season and through competition, all of that can be overcome. And I think it's really cool. Going back to the subject of Vegas, we loved San Antonio. I think San Antonio went awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Morgan Sports
Complex was
oh my gosh,
a godsend. They were the most wonderful people.
Brooke is the manager there, and she is my best friend for life because she is just She was above and beyond.
Bent over backwards to make sure the athletes had a good experience. Really did.
Yes.
Let us store things at the facility. Let us build things there. Gave us
When a monsoon just hit us out of the blue, she was the first one with the squeegee.
Yeah. Try and get the floor cleaned up so we can continue on.
Oh my gosh, she was great.
Honestly, without that, we wouldn't have finished that workout.
No.
We would have had to cancel that workout. It would have been one less workout for half the field.
She was boots on the ground. And the Morgan Sports Complex was just great people, good mission. But this opportunity came up with USA Masters weightlifting and adaptive weightlifting, and we just couldn't pass it up. They rented out a 50,000 square foot venue, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get 300 athletes, 29 heats of athletes through a workout in a timely manner. So a 6-minute workout still takes 5.5 to 6 hours to run.
And it was grueling on the volunteers, on the athlete schedules.
So it didn't give us a lot of opportunity for variance in the time domains.
Right.
So we're going to fix that this year. We're going to announcement. We're going to have 2 competition floors this year to allow us greater breadth and depth of time domains and different style of workouts. And that means if you watch this and you know someone who wants to volunteer or see volunteering, please volunteer.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. We need all the volunteers we can get. Running 2 floors doesn't just mean doubling the amount of people. It means doubling plus some, because you have to have communication between those floors. We want to have, the opportunity to watch both floors. We want to have each floor run smoothly as far as equipment changes, signage.
Yeah. All
judging.
hands
All hands on deck. So if you were thinking about it or have thought about it, please volunteer. You get to come out to Vegas and hang out with a lot of cool athletes and take it as a little work vacation.
So the venue is the Westgate.
Yep.
Hotel and casino.
So in between judging people, you can go gamble. Go play some blackjacks.
Excellent. That'll be our payroll this year.
And we'll put it all on 19 black. I don't know if that's a thing, but
I don't think 19 black. I think 19 is.
I don't know anything about gambling.
Keep it that way. The Westgate Hotel is going to be a really cool venue. It's not in the heart of.
No, it's right off the strip, but it's directly across the street from their bus services, their tram line, and so you can walk out the front door, get on the train, and go right into the heart of Vegas, and not have to worry about driving anywhere or kind of stuff.
You won't find Kevin there.
You will not find me in the heart of Vegas. I will stick to the outskirts.
It's a little
peoply. A little too peoply for me. Not a big gambler, not a big partier, so. But
man, you are an old man.
I am an old man. But that doesn't mean other people who volunteer can't go out and have a little party, have a little gambling, have a good time in Vegas. There's some cool shows there, so I hear.
Don't lie, you are a musical aficionado.
Yeah, but we can go to shows.
For those tuning in, you don't know this, but Kevin has the voice of an angel. He can sing.
You'll never hear it. Never.
Only a choice few have.
Yep.
But the shower hasn't kicked him out yet, so got that going. So the Westgate Hotel, we're going to have 2 floors. We're going to need all the volunteers that we can possibly get. So, but also, it's a really cool atmosphere and a really cool, I think, start of an awesome relationship, because we have, USA Masters weightlifting, USA Adaptive weightlifting, powerlifting, strongman, CrossFit, all in a 2-week space in the same area.
And talking to Michael, we want this to be more than a one and done type of thing. We want to create a relationship between Adaptive CrossFit, Adaptive weightlifting, and Masters weightlifting, bare minimum. If the other organizations want to join in, awesome. But me and Michael have talked extensively about making this a celebration of fitness, if you will, across age and abilities.
For the broken. Broken yet beautiful.
It's a great Kelly Clarkson song. It's a PR song, baby.
Broken and beautiful?
Oh, it's one of them, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was Roar.
It's also one of them.
Harry.
Yeah. I like to listen to strong women sing when I lift heavy things. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all. Any concerns that you feel might come up within the community about this switchover?
You know, it's a new town. It's a new place. So it's always going to come with its own challenges. But that's going to be on the organizational side. That's going to be on our side. I think the athletes are going to have a great time. Las Vegas is really easy to get to for our international athletes.
That's a big deal.
We're getting hotel blocks that are going to make it cheaper for athletes to come in and stay right on site so they can walk, 150, 200 meters and be right on the competition floor. Easy transit around there. We're getting parking deals around there, so it's going to be easy to park if you do want to Airbnb a little more quiet and then stay in a casino hotel. That's going to be available. So honestly, for the athletes, I don't see a bunch of big concerns there. So, any concerns is going to be more on the dealing with the new city.
Logistics side
of things, which is we're going to take care of, and hopefully the athletes never know about if there's a problem.
Yeah. And with 2 floors, we'll have hopefully have a smoother schedule. I think it's going to be great. Thanks for joining the Squeaky Wheel.
We'll keep these rolling, get some more information out, get to communicate with you guys a little bit more on a global scale, and try to keep information that you guys need rolling your way.
Yeah. Open communication.
Better than semi-communications.
Gaming the communication.
There you go.
There you go. All right. That should be good then. Are you situated?
Yep.
Is it getting your good side?
Do I have a bad side?
No.
Are you?
I mean, my good side's my backside, so.
Your face is beautiful, so you know it.
It depends which side you're looking on.
Nope. I get to be married to 2 different women.
Shannon and Sharon?
Yep.
My alter ego.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you like more?
Yep.
Good answer. Pro tip, right? All the husbands out there, just say yes and nod.
Nailing this husband thing.
Nailing it. Oh. No innuendo intended.
Well,
Was that too much?
yeah, it's too much.
Edit that out?
Yep.
No, I'm keeping that in.